G'day guys, Justin here, coming at you with another NBA video, this time my NBA Player of the Week for the week February 26th to March 4th, 2018. It was a two-horse race here. I had Kevin Durant after pouring in 27 points a game on 60% shooting, or I had the man right here from the Pelicans, my Player of the Week, Anthony Davis. As we look at his game-by-game performances by the numbers versus Phoenix, the big game to end the month of February, 53 points, 18 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal and 5 blocks. Again, the only person other than Bob McAdoo since blocks have been recorded to record 50 points, 15 rebounds and at least 5 blocks in a game. Only the 1 turnover, which was quite impressive to see. Very efficient all-around game there from Davis, albeit not against much with Phoenix, but nonetheless still a pretty good effort there. 55.2 from the field. Didn't make a three-point shot. I've been saying it for a while now. If you take them, you've got to make them. And 80%, or just over 80%, 80.8% shooting from the free throw line. Versus San Antonio, he had 26 points, 15 rebounds, and 1 assist to go with 2 steals. 4 turnovers there, not his most efficient game with the rock for pretty much the past month. And shooting a little bit to be desired based on the standards he'd been living up to. But again, 26 and 15 against the Spurs is certainly nothing to scoff at. Just excuse my voice a bit, I'm feeling a little under the weather. But once again, his shooting still wasn't too bad. He certainly made up for it at the stripe. 47.4% from the field, certainly, could be improved upon there. Didn't make a three-pointer. His outside shot certainly has fallen by the wayside a little bit, but nonetheless, hopefully that will improve. But getting to the stripe when it's not falling for him in the jumper, and 100% from the stripe there. It should also be noted, though, however, that LaMarcus Aldridge did leave this game after about 13 minutes of play, so not all of the numbers that he put up were on Aldridge, so that should probably be taken into account as well. However, against the Spurs, they are seeded a little higher than them at the moment, so this was a big win in the West and a crucial and key performance. Versus Dallas today, he had 23 points, 13 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 steals, and 3 blocks. Those blocks coming in crunch time as well. Against Dirk Nowitzki, Dirk had one of the better games for the past couple of years for him, showing why he is still one of the men in Dallas. Only the 1 turnover suggested that he had an awfully efficient game again. Shooting to be desired, but the exact same result as when they played San Antonio. 47.4% from the field. Did make a three-point shot, but 100% shooting from the stripe saw him help deliver the Pelicans a 3-0 record on the week. So as we move into his overall average for the week on his stat line for the week, he averaged 34 points per game, the most around the league, 15.3 rebounds per game. Pretty sure that was close to best on the league as well. 1.7 assists, not a known passing big man, but when you're delivering on both ends of the court like he is, you certainly don't mind too much. And as I mentioned, on the defensive end, 2 steals and 2.7 blocks per game. Just been an absolute terror and a nightmare offensively and defensively for teams to handle. 2.7 turnovers, awfully efficient with the high possession, so certainly not going to whinge about that. Shooting 50% from the field, again, he's making as many as he's missing, so you cannot complain about that. However, not making a three-point shot certainly isn't looking good, but he is understanding that if they're not falling to get to the line. But again, if you're going to take them, you've got to make them. Nonetheless, getting to the line and shooting a phenomenal 93.6% from the stripe. Again, this is a benchmark for any player in the league, whether it be someone like a Steph who can shoot the lights out, or someone like a LeBron who shoots 70%. For a big guy to shoot over 70% is phenomenal in itself, let alone that massive 93.6%. So overall, an absolutely dominant performance. Shaquille O'Neal NBA Finals type numbers there, offensively and on the glass for Anthony Davis. These guys were the starting power forwards for the games he played versus Phoenix, San Antonio and Dallas. So as I mentioned, Aldridge only playing the 13 minutes, not putting up the production, and certainly wasn't a factor on the game. But nonetheless, I can't deviate if I want to be consistent. So versus Phoenix, TJ Warren. TJ Warren had 23 points, 6 rebounds, 2 steals and 2 blocks, so not a bad performance from him. Certainly nothing to scoff at. However, when you come up against Davis and he pours in 53 points, it's certainly going to be hard to compete with him. Only the 1 turnover, however, shot 42.9% from the field, a little to be desired there. Didn't take a 3-point shot, something you'll notice with Aldridge as well. However, 100% shooting from the stripe when he got there. So a credible performance from TJ Warren there for the Suns. Again, as I mentioned, Aldridge in his 13 or so minutes didn't have too much of an impact on the game. However, he was heading for a 24 and 10 night. 8 points, 3 rebounds, shot 50%. Certainly can't complain there. No defensive numbers, but was out of the game after 13 minutes. So you can only imagine what could have been. And versus Dallas, Dirk coming out having one of his classic Dirk games. 23 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist. Never a known shot blocker, but the 1 block there in the column for him with 2 turnovers, and shot a phenomenal 61.5 from the field, 60% from deep, and 100% from the free throw line. Dirk, one of the best shooting big men, arguably the best shooting big man. I'll start that again. He wouldn't be the best shooting big man because Larry Bird was about 6'9", 6'10", so I'd probably have to give it to Larry Bird. But as far as 7-footers, Dirk is by far and away, in my opinion, the best shooting 7-footer that the league has ever seen. And again, you know, he has passed 31,000 points. He is a member of that club along with another active member of the league, LeBron James. And yeah, I mean, it goes to show he can still put in a night of scoring when he needs to. So certainly credible opposition there throughout the week. Unlucky for Aldridge, having checked out after only 13 minutes. Here are his numbers in the 4th quarter of each of these games. Versus Phoenix, he had a whopping 16 points, 8 rebounds with 1 assist and 1 block to go with only 1 turnover. Wasn't shooting very efficiently from the field, 44.4%. Certainly would like to see it up around that 50% mark, but knew the threes weren't falling, so he didn't take one and managed 72.7 from the stripe. Below average on the week, but certainly nothing to scoff at as a big man. And it is noted there that he pretty much tore Warren apart in a quarter of basketball. We'll note something, however. I did say Dragan Bender was the starting power forward for Phoenix in one of my previous videos. This was factually incorrect. Versus San Antonio, 6 points, 5 rebounds and 1 turnover. Again, shooting well below average, 33.3% there. Certainly needs to be well and truly improved. Again, knew the threes weren't falling, so he didn't shoot one, but 100% shooting from the stripe, able to get to the line and score. Versus Dallas, he had a tremendous defensive 4th quarter. Minimal impact offensively, 4 points, 3 rebounds and 1 assist. However, his 1 steal and 3 blocks were more than handy in the victory. And 50% shooting, made as many as he missed, quite effective there. Once again, didn't take it, so he couldn't make it. No 3-point percentage to be registered, and 100% shooting from the foul line. I mean, that's what, 26 points, 16 rebounds, 2 assists, 4 blocks, 1 steal, 2 turnovers in the 4th quarters of play over the past 3 games. I mean, if you want to look at it in 3 quarters of play, he's put up pretty much what he's been averaging roughly all throughout the week. So it all balances out a pretty decent effort there from Anthony Davis in the 4th quarter. As we look at the players of the week so far, with 3 player of the week nominations, I have LeBron James, Davis with his 2nd, Kyrie has 2, Giannis has 2, and Steph Curry has 2, with single nominations and winners to James Harden, Andre Drummond, Jimmy Butler, and Kevin Durant. Now, you'll notice Butler and Porzingis at the front there. Those are the 2 injured guys. Butler probably with another 4 to 6 weeks. Probably looking at 4 to 5, actually. It has been a week since he's been injured. And Porzingis out for the rest of the year. I mentioned Durant there. Russell Westbrook, who's closing in on averaging a triple-double for the year. Shout out to some guy who could only manage it in February. And Chris Paul was my other single nomination for Players of the Week. Thank you very much for watching the video, guys. Sorry about the voice. Hopefully it improves and this head cold goes away very soon. Hit the like button on the video. Leave a comment. Who was your player of the week? How do you think Davis has been playing? And what do you think he needs to do now to really ramp up his case for MVP? I feel the last couple of weeks have more than seriously helped push his case. And with the decline of the Bucks and the 50-50 play of OKC, I think he's made a significant jump in the race, particularly with Butler being injured as well. Subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. I'll be uploading another video in about 2 to 3 days' time in regards to my part 2 of LeBron James's tarnished legacy. So look out for that one. Head over to my Twitter, Justin_G_Bryant. Give me a follow there. Usually running polls throughout the week. I'll be running a who do you feel was your player of the week poll. My last one, my poll for player of the month, Anthony Davis, was winning that. He had over 50% of the vote, with the 3 other options being James Harden, Joel Embiid, and other. So again, nominate other if your player wasn't there. But yeah, always talking ball, always talking life and sports in general. So head on over there and have a conversation with me as well. Thank you very much for watching the video, guys. I'm going to get out of here and try and feel a bit better. So I'll catch you in a few days with part 2 of LeBron James's tarnished legacy.